I think we should talk about why so many people are upset with the Wuthering Waves 2.3 anniversary for the 1-year anniversary live stream. At first, I felt maybe it was a little bit 50-50, but as I, joined the Gotcha podcast and saw other creators, their thoughts as well, and seeing other people's chats, seeing Twitter, Reddit, as well as my own community, and asking and talking to them, around 800 viewers in total between Twitch and YouTube, and just going back and forth and asking them, what did you guys think? What was it that you didn't like? And hearing everyone's thoughts, I think I've realized and come to a conclusion on why so many people are upset. Now, I will just say, before I get into that, I want to say, me personally, I'm happy. It was like an 8 out of 10 for me, the live stream. I think the last live stream was way better for 2.2, and I think the 2.0 live stream was way better as well. For an anniversary stream, this was kind of, I don't want to say mid, but underwhelming, I would say. There were some really cool things. The Cyberpunk Edge Runners, dude, I lost my mind. You guys have no idea. I loved that anime so much. The finale was so good. Hearing the I Want to Stay at Your House song playing in the background, I, within like a millisecond, knew exactly what it was, and I was so excited. I could barely contain myself. If you want to see my reaction, it's up on the live stream, and I think I have a YouTube short that my editor also already uploaded as well. That was really cool. I like the no CD, no more respawn time for the bosses. The main stat selector is going to be better for farming the 3 cost. Although I would have liked the substat a little bit more than that. I don't think the main stat was as important. I think the substat was more important. But maybe we'll get that in the future. It's a step in the right direction. And I don't really care for the not getting a free 5-star character. I know a lot of people do. It's different for me. I'm a creator, and also I have spent money on the game, a very decent amount of money on the game. I have a S3 Carlota, S3 Cantarella, S1 Shorekeeper. I have a bunch of characters that I've pulled dupes of. The only character I don't have in the game, Grant. And for somebody like me, a free 5-star standard selector ticket, if they would have gave us something like that, would not bother me. I wouldn't really care for it. It wouldn't really be a big deal for me. I already have characters like Jianshin S6 from losing 50/50s. I have a Verena S3. I have there was a couple of the characters that have dupes. I have almost every single character in the game. Getting a 5-star selector ticket would mean nothing to me. So I am a little bit indifferent from people that are upset about not getting that, and I will get into that in a second. So for all those that were asking, what are your thoughts? Because there was a couple people that asked, a great question at the end. They're like, you keep asking everyone's thoughts on the, live stream, but what about you, Legions? What are you feeling about the patch? How do you think it was? And I enjoyed it. I'm excited for the cube events. They looked really cute, using them as pets. Jinshi shoots a goddamn hyper beam out of her mouth. You see Camilla as a cube spinning around, Kuru doing her thing, and then fucking also shooting laser beams. I thought that was so funny. The derby event is underwhelming. I thought that was going to be, an actual event that you do, but it seems like it's some kind of idle thing that just does it on its own after you set it up. But I also did not like, at first I thought it was cool, the banners that they were doing, but then I found out the thing that really bugged me, and I think those banners are stupid as fuck, and I don't know why Kuro did that. Let's get into one of the first reasons. We'll get into that after the banner thing. First, I want to get into why I think a majority of people are mad, okay? Sorry I kept you waiting long enough. If I take too long in ranting in this video and I'm, tired and umming a lot and whatever, it's because I've been streaming for I did a 20-something hour stream. I watched I Want to Eat Your Pancreas for the first time on stream. That was about 2 hours. And then after that, I streamed for 18 more hours, okay? Or 19 or 20 more hours. I've been live for almost 24 hours. And then I had to kind of just sit here, collect my thoughts, as tired as I am. And I was like, I got to record this today because I feel like it's a hot topic and a lot of people want to know what's going on. Because some people are happy, some people are upset. So let's get into why people are upset. I think, now, if this is one of the reasons why you're upset, this is your own fault. Just know that. Leakers did add to this problem. There's a lot of this is why I always tell people in my YouTube chat, in my Twitch chat, in my comments on my videos on Twitter, People message me leaks sometimes. I tell them all the time, do not send me links. Do not post links to leaks. Don't send them to me. Don't post them in my chat. You will get timed out. If you do it again, you will get banned. One, I work for the company. I don't want to piss them off, obviously. And I already am in the beta, so I see stuff, right? I don't need to see it, and I'm not allowed to talk about it. So that's why I get it out of there. But that's not the only reason. The other reason is I don't want that kind of discussion going on in my chat, in my community, and people getting their hopes up, because there's a lot of times where the leaks are not true, and things can change. Even something, I'm in the betas, like I said, even something as simple as like the data mines for characters' kits, those can change, and they have changed. As someone who's been in every beta, I will tell you, some characters' kits have changed from the beta. Some for the better, some nerfed a little bit because they were too OP. Now, there's times where we're in the beta and we give them feedback when they ask us, how do you think the characters were? How did you feel when you played them? We say things like, oh, this part of the character was kind of underwhelming. It's not as good as this other character that's been out already. And, you know, as a new character, I feel like it should be on par, stuff like that. Or maybe there's a character that comes out that's way too broken. We're like, listen, this is going to break the game. And every other character that comes after this, if it's not even close to this, it's going to be crazy. It's going to be like Miyabi from ZZ, right? So things can change. The leaks can be wrong. You could get a data mine for, oh, this character's coming out this date, but they could change it, right? So none of that is set in stone. That's why I always say to people, take that shit with a grain of salt and just don't believe it. Just wait for official confirmation. It's way more enjoyable and fun that way anyway. And Kuro has been usually doing one character per patch, unless they start a new region and there's like a couple characters they want to release. But I don't think I've ever felt the struggle of like, I'm not going to afford a character, especially when they were doing one character releases with a rerun. I always had enough to like pity the character, at least to hit the 50-50 once and maybe a little bit more, right? So I don't think it's as bad as other games where like you want to know what happens in the future. But I think the leakers do have a stake in why the community is so outraged right now, because I think a lot of people expected, there was this rumor of Psychona was going to be free. And everybody was assuming, I don't know why, they were just set in stone that she was going to be free. And they were just going to, oh, I'm going to summon for Shorekeeper then because I missed her. And since we're going to get her for free. Now people are mad that they wasted their, summons and they don't get the free character. They were expecting a free character, didn't get it. Now, another thing with the whole not getting a free standard 5-star character or a selector ticket or a free limited character, the reason why so many people are mad about this is, in my opinion, Kuro did this themselves. In my opinion, I don't think we needed Zhang Li out for free, because that set a precedent of, I know 1.2, that was their way of like an apology from 1.0, right? But I think they already had made up for that in 1.1. The story was a lot better. The graphics were a lot better. The music was getting better. The new region was very good. And I think they still just wanted to give back to the players. And they had already given us 2 5-star standard selector tickets, a 5-star weapon now for free, which I also think they didn't need to do. They could have just implemented that in Rover's kit to where when he does a certain move, that sword comes out. We didn't even need that free sword, right? But what this did was set a precedent where they gave us 2 5-star selector tickets for standard characters. They gave us a limited character for free for a random 1.2 patch. And then a random 2.2 patch, you get a free 5-star weapon. So if you're sitting there thinking like, oh my God, they gave us so much free stuff just for random stuff, like, oh, an apology thing. So you would think that an anniversary, the first year anniversary, that they're going to go above and beyond and make us happy and really give back to the players. We're probably going to get a free 5-star selector ticket or a free weapon or a limited character. And then lo and behold, they got none of that at all. We got 37 free pulls and counting. And then with the events, I'm just going to estimate that you might have like 60 pulls after doing the events and logging and doing your dailies, the redeem codes and all the stuff. You're probably going to get like 60 pulls from that. That's not counting stuff you get from story or chests or anything like that, or doing endgame. So you will have enough to pity, I think, to hit pity once, 80 pulls probably by the time you're done doing all that. Or maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit less, but it's around there. But the problem is, not only did we not get a free 5-star character, and people are mad about that, but that banner, those banners, the anniversary banners. At first, I was like, oh, this is kind of cool. This is for like newer players They can guarantee themselves a character by selecting one of them. I thought it was one of those, select it, summon once, and once you get that pull, it's the banner's gone. But no, this is a banner that's going to be running alongside one of the new limited characters with Zanny and Psychona, because there's 2 different banners for when both of those phases are out. So those, I don't remember if the pity's shared or not, but either way, it's still such a dog shit banner because I thought it was 100%. It is 50-50. The banner is 50-50 for an anniversary. This seems more like we're giving Kuro stuff. We're thanking them instead of them thanking us and giving us free shit. So not only did they not get a free 5-star character after getting so much like free stuff before when it had nothing to do with an anniversary or like a here, thank you for playing our game kind of thing. They just gave it to us for random. So not only did we not get that, not only was it the leakers, but then also this banner is 50-50. There's 10 rerun characters. There's 5 on one banner, 5 on the other. And then you're also running that alongside the 2 limited characters with their weapons. And the standard characters' weapons are also run at the same time. So if you want to really go there, it's going to be like 24 fucking banners at the same time. That's fucking absurd. That's worse than the Honkai Star Rail reruns. That was really bad. And not having that as a guarantee, what they should have did, this, Kuro, if you're watching this, because I know they watch most of my videos, what you should have done, and maybe you could still do this, is do what you did with the beginner banner when the game first came out. 50 pulls. If you do a multi, it's discounted at 8 pulls instead of 10, which at the end of the day would cost them 40 pulls instead of 50, right? So technically they get 1 free multi. And the character they choose is a 100% chance to get that character, no 50-50. And when you pull that character, the banner's gone. When you hit the 50 pulls, the banner's gone. That, in my opinion, would be the better way to do that banner. The way you're doing it, where you still have to hit 80 pity, there's still a 50-50 chance that you're going to win that. And then if you lose, you're going to have to go to full pity again, maybe. And then you also want to get the weapon. You're going to have to pull on the weapon banner too, which at least that's guaranteed. But holy shit, you're going to be running that along a brand new... The amount of pulls that they're giving is not enough to accommodate having 2 banners like that run alongside each other. Even if they were to give 80 free pulls, that's still not a, like, how are these people going to be summoning on this? Even people that are light spenders, it costs like $200 to $300 to guarantee a character. Do you think that they're just going to spend thousands on these banners for the anniversary? There's just no way. People like me maybe will, but I already have most of the characters in the game, so it doesn't bother me. I don't need that banner. But you think you're doing this is supposed to be for like newer players to get characters they missed. You think that they're going to spend thousands for that? It just doesn't make any sense, man. Now, I did see in their Discord, they have posted a message saying they opened up the feedback channel for the anniversary and that they're listening to people's concerns. And that's all they said. But that's a step in the right direction. Maybe in a couple days from now, after reading people's feedbacks and they see CCs, like, listen, if you're a CC, it doesn't matter how small or big you are, if you're watching this, go make a video on this, talk about it if you want to see changes. Like for me, like I said, personally for me, it's fine for me, but I can definitely see how other people are upset. I don't need any of the characters. I have the characters. I don't need the weapons. I have the weapons. Literally, all I play for this game right now is just doing the story and exploration. That's it. Sometimes I do the end game when I'm streaming and I feel like I've only been streaming for 2 hours. I want to, extend it a little bit and add some more time and milk the stream a little bit more. I'll go do the end game content. But I'm gonna be honest, my stream, my community, when I go from doing story and exploration to doing end game, my view count goes from like 600, 800 on YouTube to like fucking 100. Like it nosedives. And the same thing on Twitch. It'll go from 300, 400 to fucking 120, 150. Like it nosedives. So I don't give a fuck about end game. I only care about story and exploration. And to be honest, even if I don't pull the characters, they literally let you play as the characters in the story, in the game, where it's the only like part of the game that I care about. So I'm able to play with them even if I don't have them. So, it doesn't bother me, but I can definitely see why a lot of people are pissed. If you want to get your voice heard, you want Kuro to maybe make the anniversary a little bit better, make a video on it if you're a creator. If you're a viewer, comment on these creators' videos, comment on their in Discord in the feedback channel. comment on the feedback in the game when they have the survey, comment on their Reddit, Twitter, everything, okay, if you really want to see this change, because this Kuro needs to definitely, I feel like, fix this for these players. People like me, I feel like, are in the minority, and I think it's more like 70% of people are pissed, 30% don't care or are enjoying it. I feel like that's where I gauge where the community's at right now. And this is supposed to be their first anniversary. This is supposed to be setting the precedent so what we can look forward to going in the future. Again, the collab is really cool, but that, for all we know, it says 2026. It could be 2026 December, for all we know. So that could be almost 2 years away at this point, right? So while I am hyped for a couple of things that were in there, there are definitely some things that are way more important that should be focused on. And while I don't necessarily feel like they need to give out a limited, character, what I think would be nice is having some of the older limited characters go to the standard banner and maybe give people a standard selector ticket. I think a lot of people would be happy about that, or do what I said with the beginner banners, because the way the banners are right now, holy fucking shit, if you summon on that, you're an idiot. Don't summon on that banner. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Are you happy about and really, try to be civil in the comments. I know a lot of people have been arguing already on my comments on my live stream, arguing with each other. What do you mean the rewards are fine? Are you a bootlicker? This needs to be better, blah, blah, blah. People are going back and forth at each other's throats, and I don't like to see that in my comments, right? So try to be civil. Let me know what you liked about the live stream if you are happy with it. Let me know what you disliked if you're not happy with it. And of course, if you guys are new here, hit the like button if you guys enjoyed the video, subscribe if you haven't already, and ring that notification bell to be notified for more videos for Wuthering Waves and many other gotchas that are coming in the future. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all on the next video.